Before I get going with today, I'm gonna get the sheep's gate opened up, let them out to free range. I should be home all day. Good morning, Emma. Got the goats out and hanging out. I'm gonna open up this other gate, let the rest of these sheep out. Let's let the rest of these guys out. Let's go, man. These guys go straight for the creek. These two little guys have already started causing trouble. Chased the sheep back down the hill, which isn't a horrible thing, but I really don't want them chasing them for no reason. I'm gonna start off, put away these 3 machines. They work, I've already repaired them. They were in my dad's truck. Also gonna put away some of these tools. What are you doing, man? Gave these guys a tennis ball. Hopefully it'll keep them busy. Moving on, got this LG dryer that I started working on last week. I replaced this child lock here, it was broken. So has a circuit board issue, it won't power up. Thought I had the board, but after taking a deep look, I didn't find anything. So I don't have time to hold on to it. I'm gonna get it scrapped out. I'm gonna put these 2 guys back in the cage. I don't have time to keep an eye on them. They're kind of everywhere. Get your playtime in the creek and then you're getting locked up. We'll let you back out later when I got time to keep an eye on you. Let's go. They listen pretty good. They're still young though. Playtime's over. They got plenty of water and plenty of food. Got all the good parts stripped out of this dryer. The only thing left is the metal. We're gonna take it out to the scrap pile and move on to something else. I got these 3 washers I'm gonna take a look at. I got plenty of dryers repaired, not as many washers. Got these 2 LG washers here. They're the same exact machine. This one seems to be working. We'll let it finish out its cycle. This one here popped up an error code, LE. When I looked it up, it means the drum is not spinning, either due to the motor having an issue or something stuck in between the drums. So I'm gonna unplug it and take a deeper look. I see why it's reading the LE error code. It's not supposed to be like this. You should have a magnet wheel on top of this. And this one's definitely missing. So somebody did something to it. I'm gonna see if I can snag a magnet wheel off some of the motors I have. Took the motor off this washer. I had a magnet wheel, but I also had a good motor for it. And the original motor that was on here is all rusted up. So we're gonna go ahead and swap it out with this one that's in really good shape. It is a used motor that I saved from a machine I scrapped in the past, but it should work here. It's only got 2 connections and then 6 bolts that go in place. And then it'll hook up to this plastic here. And the reason it was reading the code is because the motor wasn't spinning the drum. And without the magnet wheel, it can't spin it. This is the other LG washer. It seems to be working. It's got 3 minutes left on its test cycle. I don't have any clothes in it, but all the main functions seem to be working. So we'll put some clothes in it and test it again. Got the new motor installed. Went ahead, greased up these gears here that connect to the shifter. That way everything's moving nice and smoothly. Hooked up the 2 connections here carefully. Last thing to do is tighten these bolts down. I took them off with the drill, but I'm only gonna use the screwdriver to put them on. Don't wanna break any of this plastic. Then we'll install the magnet wheel, get it flipped upright and test it. Magnet wheel is installed. Got a washer and the bolt tightened by hand. I'm getting ready to grab the wrench, tighten it on there real good. Then we're good to test it. Put it on a quick spin cycle like I had before, and it's definitely doing more than it was. It's not reading the error code, and the drum's actually spinning. So once it finishes this little short cycle, we'll put some clothes in it, hook some water up to it, and get it tested for real. This other one finished out its cycle, seems to be working. I gotta test it with some clothes, but I think I figured out what's going on with it. It seems to have some kind of leak. There's water down there. I'm not sure where it's coming from, so we're gonna have to take a better look. I'm gonna run it through another cycle and keep an eye on it, see where it's leaking from. Hopefully we can get both of these repaired. What's going on, buddy? Little piece of metal that's supposed to hold this in place is folded over, so I'm trying to straighten it out. Gonna use a patch, try to fix this tire on this lawnmower. It works, it runs, it cuts, but it's got a flat, it's got a gash in it. Hopefully this patch will hold, we'll see. Got the patch on there. We need to let it dry for a couple of minutes, then we'll fill it up with air. I think there's another tire that has a similar issue. So this tire looks like it's kind of old. It's starting to leak right here and crack. I'm not sure if this patch will really help, but we're gonna go ahead and try. We got the back tire pumped up. This patch is holding real nice, but turns out there's actually 2 gashes. This one isn't as big, but it is leaking, so we'll get it patched up. Next thing to do before we can start cutting grass is throw away that trash and go try to find a front tire for this thing. Getting loaded up for this weekend. A little bit of a restock, hand me that one. Another day comes to an end out here. I got all the animals fed and locked up. We'll be back out here tomorrow.